mine's not stuttering stutter, it's more like just stumbling over words.
Well,
I'll actually sometimes actually say the word after the word I'm trying to say.
Oh, I've done that
sentences.
too. Yeah.
Like, the cat ran. I'll say the ran cat.
Yeah, I've done this too. A lot of times when I've done that, people, they just skip over it. They kind of hear what I meant to say, and they don't even, they don't
It's bad
even.
enough that I'll make a joke out of it. Be like, wait, brain, you're doing it.
You're doing it.
Brain, stop, brain.
No. Brain, stop brain.
Transmission's off. Wait. We're getting interference.
Yeah.
My issue is my memory. Like, I want to have like an index card on stage, but I know that it's kind of dorky. I've never seen anyone else have it.
That comes with practice. And this I know because my first show, I remember it taking me about a month. I had a whole show planned out, and I went over it for every day, a bit at a time, for about a month, reading it back to myself and then saying it without reading it. It took me about a month. After about 15 years now, I can actually write an hour monologue and I can memorize that monologue in 2 days. It really is simply a matter of practice. I'm hoping that this will be one of the major causes that I do not have Alzheimer's. Because, you keep your brain active, hopefully I'll be able to remember things later. So, and people accuse me, it's like, electric fence, it's like, your memory's terrible. It's like, I will prove you wrong, woman. So yeah, no, that is a matter of practice. You train your brain to actually remember this stuff. It'll get better and better and better all the time. Does anybody here want to know about YouTube channels at all? Because if we would just want to keep talking, then we can do that. About comedy. As far as YouTube channels go, which I'll just wait. What time is it exactly?
Yeah, no,
It's about that.
319.
3:19. We're still talking about comedy. Screw it. We're going to keep talking about comedy for a while. You guys got more questions? I maybe have more answers. I don't know. I'll try. Yeah.
I got one.
Huh.
I actually saw a clip from your very first performance at Andrew.
Oh, balls. No. my very first performance was at Midwest Fur Fest.
Okay, I saw your
This
first
may-
Andrew concert.
Okay. Gotcha.
Back when you had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in one of those times.
Pre or
So, what can you take from the first time that you were actually out there, and you did this for a whole new audience, for somebody that I know particularly that wants to do this kind of stuff? Very fun. They make you like laugh right and break me at least twice a day. But they just don't go up there because they are nervous. Because I know everybody.
What I think one of the things I learned from that, my first Androcon show, was that the audience is more forgiving than you think they're going to be. When you're a comic and you're standing on stage in front of a lot of people, at first, it feels like you're in front of this beast, this huge beast that is judging you. That it's collectively this huge Anubis that is weighing your heart on a scale, and if you just screw up one time, that scale is going to tip and he's going to devour your heart, and you're going to go into the underworld where you will suffer forever and ever. Amen. But the fact is, that's not what I learned from my first Androcon performances. That's not the case. People who generally go to a comedy show are there to have fun, and as long as they see you having fun, even if you screw up, as long as you have fun with your screw up, they're willing to go along with you. They're totally willing to go along with you as long as you're happy and you're up there and you're telling them jokes. You screw up and, oh great, I screwed up, and you make a joke out of it and you laugh about it, they'll laugh about it. That's one thing I learned from my first Androcon show, is that the beast out there in front of you is not so much of a beast as you think it is. It's people who are really wanting and willing to laugh with you, if possible. And the only time they're not going to is if you actually kind of to bury yourself. You know, it's I'm so I screwed up. And then they feel bad for you because I mean, who here has at least seen on video or been in a live show of a comic who screwed up, and then it was obvious that they were embarrassed, they were afraid. Now, how did that make you as an audience feel? It made you feel for them. It made you feel embarrassed and afraid for them. It made you feel sorry for them. And
It's not uncomfortable.
see, yeah, it makes the audience feel uncomfortable when you're uncomfortable. And you don't want that. This is going back to the very beginning of the thing. This is all about the audience. You want them to be happy. You want them to laugh. That's the whole point. And if you screw up and you feel uncomfortable about this, they're going to feel uncomfortable about it. And then they're going to be like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I don't know if I want to watch it. I can't look. You know, you don't want that from your audience. And so when you're able to, take a mistake that you've made and turn it into something that everybody can feel good about, that really is what you need to be able to do on stage as a comic, because then it keeps the ball rolling, it keeps the happy rolling, everybody's laughing, and they're not, this is bad, look how embarrassed he is, I feel bad for him. You don't want your audience to feel that. You don't want your audience to feel bad for you, so you have to just take that mistake, roll with it, make fun of yourself. Have a few jokes on the side already ready. One of my big ones is if I trim over a word or something, I'll stop and go, I apologize, I rented this time. It's just any little thing. You say something like that, and they'll be like, it's all okay. He's okay with it. He's okay with him screwing up. I'm okay with him screwing up. He screwed up. Everybody's happy. It's cool. And that's how you can keep people from actually feeling uncomfortable in your audience. Those games break apart. Why? They break up
Storage.
Oh yeah, I guess they could just pull apart and they just go to your pocket. Oh, they're on a little bungee, aren't they? Oh, cool. That's pretty neat.
Every kung fu movie is having a
He says no. No.
right? Just like, yeah. I was like, I'm thinking that, but I'm not gonna say. Almost hypnotized some of that thing.
What do you say about okay, one of my things is if I do a comedy stand-up, one of the things is some of my stuff I feel like would need at least a little visual aid, like the flip chart or something.
Yeah.
How would you what advice would you have for that?
I don't have any experience doing any visual aid comedy, but I don't have any discouraging words for it, because there have been some people who have been able to get, again, and maybe this isn't for every comic, but for me, it should always be about the audience. It should always be about giving happiness and smiles to other people. And if you can do that through, flip charts, drawings, props, whatever, if they're laughing and they're having a good time, and you're doing that successfully, don't stop. Keep doing that.
One of my jokes is I love butter. One of my jokes
Wait,
is,
say that again?
I love butter.
I thought that's what you said, but I didn't want to. It's like she didn't say butter, did she? I love butter. You know what? I actually love butter as well. I really actually.
But I'll have a flip chart with things that butter good. There's never not butter on. Popcorn. Next one will be mashed potatoes. Next thing will be same butter.
Yep.
Butter.
Well, I've actually, people think I'm gross for this. I've had my husband's caught me for this, but I'll be, putting butter in some dish we're making, and I'll take butter out of the thing. I adore butter, but it's also whatever God it is that jizzes butter, just please put it out.
Next year I'm bringing you my mashed potatoes because it's pretty much 3 sticks of butter in it.
Yep. Well, now think of when you want to tell that, on stage. Think of how. Again, ask yourself questions about, how much butter do you like to put in mashed potatoes?
Depends on how many potatoes. For 2 or 3 of those little red potatoes,
let's
A whole stick of butter.
let's say, okay, a whole stick of butter. So a lot, right?
Yeah, obscene amount.
What other way can we describe a lot? How can we
but-
say, it's like,
Holding them out for you.
yes,
Enough butter that I can give Martha Stewart a run for her money.
okay, now we're thinking. That's the kind of thinking that you like to. I put more butter in my potatoes than Rosie O'Donnell smears in her crack. I put more butter in my potatoes than what? Anyone?
I put more butter in my potatoes than sorry.
I put more butter in my potatoes than used to make the Paula Deen butter sculpture and tribute to her.
There you go. I put more butter in my potatoes than.
I put enough butter in my potatoes to clog the arteries of every man in Colorado.
That's a good one. I put more butter in my potatoes than Honey Boo Boo has in her damn ass. I put because that's a visual that everybody knows Honey Boo Boo, right? I put more butter in my potatoes than I put more butter in my potatoes than Honey Boo Boo dreams about in 10 years. You can stay. I put one stick of butter. Don't settle for that. Don't settle for that, man. Just how much visually, how much to make a joke out of every single
Obscene
possible
amounts.
thing you can. Yes, exactly.
3 parts butter, 1 part.
3 parts butter, 1 part potatoes.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
eat potatoes with your butter.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I put
That's-
enough butter to drown all the kids in Africa.
There you go. Yes.
I'm gonna get visual enough for kids drowning.
I put enough butter in my potatoes that Wisconsin loves me.
Yes.
Butter, I take a stick into the.
I put enough butter in I put enough butter in my mashed potatoes to turn every kid in South Africa into a Samoan. You can. There's so many ways you can go. You just have to use, and that's the fun part. That's the part that I love about stand-up comedy is because you can sit there and go, okay, I need an amount, and this amount. You can use any combination of words whatsoever that you want. It's only limited to your imagination, and the only thing that you need to worry about is, can I give a visual image to the audience and make them picture literally a bunch of African kids eating sticks of butter, because that's funny. So it's you get to sit there and you just get to let your mind go crazy with words, because words can be so awesome. What time is it? You just looked? It's 3:30? All right, so one more question we have about the comedy routine, and then we will go, or comedy, and then we will go into YouTube, which kind of relates. Anybody else? Anybody? Yes?
Are there any comics that do genuine improv where they make up a joke on the spot by listening?
Improv, yeah. Okay.
Not traditional improv.
Other than traditional improv, no, not that I know of. Every comic that gets up there and does a solo show and it's not improv, they all have scripts. They all have an idea of what they're going to say. The question is, how well can they act? How well can they make this look like they've never said it before? Were you at my show this weekend? You missed it, didn't you? It's unfortunate. My show this weekend, I've done at this point 4 times. Like to think that I made it look like it was the first time I'd said it, but it was not. I could literally deliver all of those lines over the entire hour, again, right here, right now, word for word. That's kind of the secret. I know it destroys the magic, but yeah, that's why a stand-up comedy show is really a one-man play. It's a one-man theatrical performance. And yeah.
What about like comics that like the kind of comedy club type thing where they do more audience participation? Like gives them the impression that they give him an answer that's completely way away from what he was heading towards for a show.
Yeah, well, like I said, insult comics, improv comics, that obviously is off the cuff. That's obviously improvisation. But when you get the comics that actually stand there and do a show, a solid, show where they monologue for an hour. Those guys they all have lines. They all know what they're going to say. Some of them don't actually, they have bits and pieces of comedy that they can break away to when they need to, but it's all still in their heads. So. But let's move on to YouTube.
If you get going, I'd love to stay, but
You ass!
shame.
You don't like me. Yes. I did bad. He doesn't like me. I'll never live it down. I'll never perform again.
You, Xander, I don't know if you guys saw him at open mic. The guy in the purple, the guy in the blue dragon suit. That was him. He's pretty good. Actually. He's really good. God.
Don't let him fool you.
No, he's good. He's really good. Yeah, he's that joke he said about Donald Trump having hair like JFK in Dallas. But it was so good. It was like, that was, yeah.
That's just on a whole different.
So who is curious about coming up with a YouTube channel? Who wants to do a YouTube channel? Well, I've got some hopefully useful information for you. YouTube it's becoming bigger and bigger in our society these days. It's becoming a bigger and bigger moneymaker. A lot of people consider it this ultimate form of cash, and to be honest, right now it kind of can be a gold mine. Because there are a lot of people who are using it for that. There are people, personally, that I watch. I don't know how many of you guys watch gamers. Anybody familiar with Markiplier? Anybody familiar with Jacksepticeye? Those guys, you know how much Markiplier makes a year?
Lots and lots.
$5.8 million. Do you know how much Jacksepticeye makes a year? $7.1 million. Every PewDiePie makes even more. However, here's the fun part. None of them are the highest paid channels on YouTube. Do you know what the highest paid channel on YouTube is? It's a small little channel that unboxes toys.
Disney toys.
Yeah.
Disney toys. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They start the video, they take the box, they open the box, they open the packaging, they describe the box and the packaging, they open the toy, they show the toy. They make $12.6 million per year for taking toys out fucking box.
I
Why did
understand
you
that
think
with
we were
like
unboxing?
children and adults,
Yeah.
but only if they review it. Like, okay, that looks like the joints are this and that. But like,
Yeah,
if you're
they
just
do.
showing off a stupid toy, like, no.
Well, here's the thing. That's the deal about YouTube, is you have to do what people want. If you're doing something that people want. Like for instance, Jacksepticeye is, I love Markiplier, but I gotta say Jacksepticeye is my favorite. He's my favorite YouTuber, I mean, right now, ever. I love the guy. Now, Jacksepticeye has been doing he's a gamer. He plays games, and he comments on them. And he's been doing this for 3 years. Their game commentary has been going on for far longer than that. Far longer. There are 1,000 channels on YouTube that are gamer related, that's game stuff. But the deal is with Jacksepticeye, he's putting his personality into it. He's putting something that's not the same. He's doing something that's slightly different. He's being very positive. He's always very positive in his videos. He's very energetic. People love to watch him because they love to watch his energy and his commentary. And so don't try to do something when you're starting up a YouTube channel. The first thing you need to do is come up with an idea. What are you going to do? Don't think for a minute that you have to come up with some crazy thing that nobody's ever done before, because it's not going to happen. Any channel you can possibly imagine, it's already been done. What you have to do is do it in a different way. You have to do it in your own way. Jacksepticeye and Markiplier both are perfect examples of this, because gaming channels, they're by thousands. They've been up far before they were even around. but they are at the top of the list now because of the way that they do that. And they add their own styles, their own ideals to this whole thing. You have to put personality in what you're doing. Now, one key to this is one thing I've seen that kind of betrays a lot of people from it. They don't speak very well. Okay, hi. Welcome to the Lizard Turd channel. And this is my collection of lizard turds today. These are the newest lizard turds that I've found. And one of them is green. It's a very mint green, as you can see. And the other one is brown. Mostly like brown is when you look at it, and it's like brown. And the other one is a very rare white lizard turd that you see sometimes, but it's dried. So yeah, that's my show today. So hope that I see that a lot. I mean, that is the vast majority of YouTube channels that I see. They don't actually throw themselves out there, and they wonder why they're not getting many hits. You've got to throw your personality into this. You've got to throw everything into it. You've got to, speak, like you got to speak like like you deserve it, even if you don't think you do. You have to talk like you have earned a voice, and that's what people like Jacksepticeye, like Markiplier do, and they're out there right now. A lot of them are doing it. Vanoss Gaming, I don't know if you watch them. They're a lot of fun. They can be fun. They're a little bit chaotic, but they're pretty fun sometimes. Either way, one thing that I really get tired of seeing in YouTube shows, whether live or not live, is okay. Welcome to our YouTube show. Okay, so we're gonna get set up here. So we need to adjust our levels, and the guy's not in the channel yet. Okay, call him again, and they will spend 30 minutes setting up their show after they start their show.
Even if that's not live, aren't you supposed to edit that out?
That's supposed to be before the show. You don't set up the show during the show. I see so many people who do that. They're fidgeting with levels, and they're getting their buddies on Skype, and they're doing all this stuff after they start the show. It's like, no, don't do that. You've got to do this before the show.
Yeah,
it's a level of dedication and professionality that you have to have towards this. If you really intend and you work toward your show being a professional show, then it will look and it will sound that way. If you don't care, then we'll start it now. And testing, does this work? Can I stop? You're saying, and you're going to spend 30 minutes doing that. Guess what? There's a lot of your show, and you know what? In that amount of time, people are they're gonna stop watching. They don't want to see that. Now, equipment. Here's the fun thing with YouTube. You can have as much or as little equipment as possible. The first thing you need is a camera. You will notice that between the very popular gamers and commentators, as opposed to the not popular gamers and commentators, one thing that the popular ones have in common is that they show your face. You need to be there. They need to see your expressions, because there are plenty of commentators out there that will throw up videos and graphics and not have their face ever shown. Now, they may be very good commentators. I even actually watch some of these guys, but they do not get that hot. You need to be able to emote. You need to be able to, people need to be able to see you. So you have to have a camera. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. It can be a little webcam. It can be even more expensive. I'm dumb. I use a 7D, a Canon 7D as my webcam. which a lot of people consider a serious waste of money but it looks really good. I like it, works. You need to have good sound. That's the thing. You get a lot of this where you'll be in this room like this, and it's a big echoey room, and you've heard like people start commentating, and you can hear the sound of the room, and it's echoey, and it sounds like someone's sitting in a room talking to you. It's kind of like the audio version of a soap opera. It's not very high quality. Now there are ways you can get around this. If you're just doing audio commentary, if you're trying to add audio to a video, go in the closet. Record in the closet. The cloth in the closet will dampen all the sound. It's just as good as a recording studio. Go in there, you're recorded into a mic, your voice will sound as good as a recording studio. There are other ways. Ranger Grove Studios, my studio, the little eggshell things that you see on studio walls, those things are expensive. About per foot, those things cost $127 per square foot. They're expensive. So one day, we went out, and we noticed that there was a guy 2 doors down from us that always had a van that was sitting outside his house that had rolls of carpet in it. Rolls and rolls and rolls of carpet. And we went to him one day, I was like, where are you getting all this carpet? And could you sell us some? And he explained that he was a renovator, and that these rolls of carpet come out of people's apartments that he's renovating, and that he actually has to pay to recycle these things. So we're like, hey, we'll take some of them off your hands. He left this pyramid of rolls of carpet in front of our garage one day. I went in there, did a little Pythagorean mathematics, to actually be able to cut them into exact squares, cut it all into exact squares, put them up all over the walls, just as good as any sound dampening you've ever had, and it was absolutely free. Some guy just gave it to me because it was carpet. You can use, if you have a friend who works at a grocery store, get old egg cartons, staple them up on the wall. There's a lot of cheap ways you can actually get sound dampening, but do it because it really does make a difference when your voice comes through and it's solid and it's not echoing. That's a very, very important thing. Software. You're probably going to want to edit. Now, my personal preference, and one that a lot of people use, is Sony Vegas because it's extremely powerful, but it's also extremely easy to learn, and it is extremely expensive. It's extremely R. 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 Oh, R. Yeah, okay, R. Unless they're, unless you get it from certain sites where it is not so expensive anymore. I did not say that. You did not hear that from me.
Staff member?
Personally, I'll tell you I'll tell you the absolute truth. I was not able to afford, when I first started making videos, I was not able to afford Sony Vegas, so I pirated it. And through the work that I'd done, once I was able to afford it, I bought it. Because had it not been for that software, I would not have been able to make the money to buy it. One of the first things I did was actually purchase the software. I trust in that kind of honesty because I've had people do that to me before. I've had people say, I come up after 7 to 8 years and say, yeah, about 8 years ago, I downloaded your DVD off of Pirate Bay. I wasn't able to afford it then, and now I have some money here. Have it. I do believe that there is an inherent good in most people, and I really like that about humanity. So yeah, I didn't pay it forward, I paid it back. But yeah, so it is expensive. But I don't, I don't think R is the worst crime in the world, as long as once you got your thing going, you pay it back. What time is it? 47. Oh, I'm doing good. Damn. Wait, no, I'm not, because this is supposed to go to 4:30, isn't it? This one may end early, unless you guys have a lot of questions. One of the hardest parts of setting up a YouTube channel is actually dealing with YouTube. They are douchebags. Yeah, YouTube. The tube is the part that you suck. Num num num. And it's a big tube, believe me.
It only gets fatter.
Now, luckily, here pretty soon, you're not going to have to open up a Google Plus account to open a YouTube account. Because before you did. You had to open up a Google profile, start that, open up a Gmail account, so you can start your Google profile. Then you had to open up a Google Plus profile. And then when you had those things, you could go and start a YouTube channel. And only after you had all those things, it would take all day to start a YouTube channel. It's getting a little bit easier now. But one thing that you need to understand is YouTube is stacked against, it is stacked in favor of the complainers. And this is a good example that I just had recently, because I just uploaded on my channel a lot of videos from my Anthrocon show this year. Well, suddenly I get a copyright strike, which means that somebody, now they have all kinds of software that recognizes copyrighted music, copyrighted videos. Now that software can go book it and suggest that, oh, you may have some copyrighted material in your video. Now if you're not monetizing that video, then you could say, okay, I understand, there's copyrighted stuff in here. And they'll be like, okay, as long as you're not monetizing it, fine. And they let it go on. But if you get someone that personally reports a copyright strike against you, it cripples your channel. Your channel is no longer in good standing. You can't do live events. You can't upload videos over 15 minutes anymore. You can't do any sponsored material. There's a lot of things you can't do, and I had that. And here's the funny part, was that it was against me for a video that I uploaded from Anthrocon, and the video, the copyright strike was from Anthrocon Incorporated. Now, I, because I can do this, called Uncle Kage. I have his number. I can call that bastard up. Hi! Guess what? And I explained to him what happened, and he told me, no, this is not our it's not our policy. No, we didn't do this. This wasn't us. So, basically, some random guy trolling me came along and said, in the name of Anthrocon Incorporated, I'm giving you a copyright strike on this. And YouTube was like, okay, we're going to side on the, we're going to go with the side of safety. And we're going to block out this video and cripple your channel. Now, luckily, Anthrocon, they were amazing to me because they actually wrote, a full disclosure to YouTube and said, no, whoever this is, he did not speak on behalf of Anthrocon. Please release this guy's videos. And they did. But in any other case, I might be afraid because, they may not have a direct line to Anthrocon. And so they looked up this guy, and they're working on burying his ass in a backyard somewhere at this point. Because you do not go around and claim things on behalf of Anthrocon Incorporated, or otherwise Kage will bury you somewhere in Utah, and you will never be found. So yeah.
Toss them in the Allegheny River.
Yes, but that's one of the dangers of YouTube is that you can. It takes a long time to set up a channel, but sometimes you can have it taken down over little things like that. if you want to monetize your channel, you have to have an AdSense account. You have to, because they have to have a way legally to pay you. So, if you intend at all to be paid for your videos, just plan on starting up an AdSense account, because you will link that to your YouTube, and that's how they'll get that to your bank account, which is another pain in the ass. And finally, your account has to always be in good standing, or otherwise you can't. I mean, if any little thing happens, then they'll be like, now this isn't unless you go through a network. If your videos are bringing in enough that you get the attention of a network, because just like on TV, on YouTube, there are networks. And they have all of the rights. They have this like umbrella of rights to music, to videos, to legal protection. And if you sign up under them, then basically what you're saying is, okay, my videos are under your protection, you own them, and you pay me my share for them. And in return, you protect my copyright. Now, any major gaming channel, all of them, they're all under some kind of network. Sometimes the networks will screw you over, sometimes they won't. I've heard a lot of bad things about Machinima. Machinima as a network, I've heard they will really bone you. They will take your material and you will never get it back, and if you decide to say, screw you, I'm breaking the contract, I'm going out and doing it, you will never do YouTube material again. Your career is over. I've heard do not go with Machinima. But there are plenty of other ones. There are loads of other ones. Some of them treat YouTubers very well, some of them not so much. You have to do your research on that. But this is if you want to make a living doing YouTube. And that's kind of an advanced thing. If you just want to start a YouTube channel, then that's less of a problem. I would definitely recommend that whatever it is that your passion is, just go with that. Go with it, put all of your passion, put all of your energy into it. Do whatever it is, even if it's like, oh, 1 million people have done it, it doesn't matter. The 1 million people have not done it the way you can do it. You can do it in a unique way that nobody else can do it, because you're yourself, you're you. There's nobody that can do it the way that you can do it. And just understand that and do it in only the way that you can do it. Just do it! Just do it! With the thing. Sorry, go ahead.
One of the things that I've seen a lot of advice coming from most of the YouTubers, most of the popular ones too, just is the fact that you just need to, as if the camera is your friend.
Yeah.
You need to be playing a game or just talking with your friend. You need not hold back. You need to just be you. Don't filter.
Well, it's at this point, I mean, okay, there was a time going back in history, if you don't mind, being the old guy that I am. Yeah, it's like, oh God, he's going to old guy. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. One of the first films that was ever shown was called Train Pulling Into a Station. And it was a film, an old black and white film of a train pulling into a station. And here it is, and it's set up along the tracks. And here comes the train, and it comes toward the screen, and people screamed and ran out of the theater thinking they were going to be hit by a train. They weren't used to this. They'd not seen this before. And up to the 80s, people still had this idea that people on the screen, that's what was going on. They believed what was on the screen. MASH, they believed that this was real stuff. They believed that Archie Bunker was actually this terrible racist, but he was just an actor. People at this point are getting out of that. And they don't want to see people doing this old style character bit anymore. They like to see real people. They want to see people being real with them now. And this is one reason that people like Markiplier and people like Jacksepticeye, because they're simply real with people. They're being completely honest about who they are and how they feel and what they're doing. They don't try to cover their mistakes. They don't try to make excuses. They don't try to put on this character that's this flawless, bulletproof character. They're just being human. They're just being themselves. And, there's a lot of people who watch TV. I think a lot of older people watch TV. They expect those characters. But the people who are watching YouTube right now are the younger people, and they've gone out of that ideal of this. Yeah, we know you can be an actor and you can have this character, but we want to see more real people. We want to see real people doing real things. And so you're exactly right. They want to see more realism. They want to see more people just being real with themselves and real with other people. And I get behind that. I think that's a cool idea. It's certainly worked out well for Markiplier. By the way, Markiplier is a good guy character of the person he is. It's completely a character. Despite being the horseman of God, he's an absolute fucking asshole. I hate to say that because I did not want to believe that, but he fucking is. He's a total douche. You did not hear that from me. Just like it on your head. Spend a little while with him. He's genuine. He's a really good guy. Markiplier, on the other hand. Which, by the way, after I watched him for a little while, it's like, is this guy a douchebag? Because I kind of recognize douchebags in entertainment. But either way, it doesn't matter. As long as you enjoy his videos and you enjoy what he does, it's really all that matters. Now people are like, people are not frowning and shit now. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah.
So how does this monetary part of YouTube work? I tried to read that and understand what it meant by completely
Okay, well you gotta sign a lot of papers, you gotta sign a lot of contracts, and once you've done that, they will send you your part based on the amount of advertisement that has been on your channel. After a while, you simply get checks in the mail. For my stuff, I get about, I'm not much, I'm trying to actually expand my YouTube channels and monetize them, and I get about $200 a month from YouTube. It definitely helps, pays for a lot of groceries. So yeah,
basing it based off the kind of advertising that gets on your channel, or
yeah, they get thrown in my videos. Yeah.
And you don't do that though, or is it just
no, I do.
YouTube does?
No, you have to actually elect that. When you have like a bunch of videos on your channel, each one of them you can decide, am I going to monetize this or am I going to not? And you can even decide how ads are displayed. You can decide, do I want a commercial in front of my thing? Do I want an ad displayed on the side of it? And just depending on that is depending on how much revenue you're going to get per click on your video or on the ads. And so you do have a lot of control on YouTube over that. Yeah, you have total control over which ones you monetize and which ones you don't. So yeah, and some of mine I haven't monetized because I don't, there's some of them that I actually feel, I would not feel right getting money off of. Some of them where I've just been speaking in a heartfelt way towards people about some issue or something. And, I'm trying to, present a message to actually uplift people and make them feel better about something. Am I going to put a commercial on that and make money from it? It doesn't feel right to me, so I don't, I don't monetize that at all. Some of my comedy videos, yeah, I'll put an advertisement on that, and it's like, yeah, a comedy video, okay, great. You click on the video, whatever, ads there, fine. It's a comedy video, That I feel a little bit better about, but when I'm doing something that's more heartfelt towards people that I want to express a message and tell them something to actually, help out or uplift people. I can't picture putting an ad in front of them. You got to watch an ad to see my honest, heartfelt opinion on it. No, that doesn't seem right to me, so I don't. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, how are the United States taxes and stuff like that? Do they figure that out, or do you have to claim it out? There's a lot of things.
It's all on you. It's all on you.
Aside.
Yeah. They don't figure the taxes. They don't have any obligation to that. You get the money. You got to figure the taxes on that. And if you don't, God help your soul, because that's very reportable income. So yeah, you got to figure the taxes on it yourself. And it is, by the way, private contract work, so you have to file quarterly. Yeah. So it's more of a pain in the butt, but yeah, you have to file quarterly. Yeah, yeah, you would.
So it'd
But
be more of a good idea to just kind of wait until
Well,
YouTube
yeah.
became popular.
Honestly, and you got a brilliant idea there, because that really is the way to go. Just at first, don't forget about the money, forget about the licensing and the YouTube crap, and just go and do what you want to do, and make a video. If you see this video getting popular, people are liking it, they're enjoying it, and you think, well, maybe I could monetize this and be okay, then maybe look for a smaller network that might want to, incorporate you into them, or to monetize your videos, or yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, or go for the donations option, or a Patreon or something like that. Yeah, it's just if you just do whatever you want to, and honestly, don't care about the cash that you're gonna get, because if you do something and you're caring about the first thing in your mind is the cash, that's what you're gonna be thinking about. Just do what you're passionate about, and keep it at that. Because if you honestly do what you're passionate about, and you put energy toward that, and you put all your work and your effort towards that, you're going to have a much higher chance of success, just because that's what you're passionate about. So don't worry about that.
Have work to do.
Love you. Love you. No. Yes.
Will your wedding be on YouTube?
Probably not. Probably not. We're either thinking of suggestions. We're either thinking of, we narrowed it down to two. We either want a Celtic traditional wedding in kilts, or something Klingon.
Oh, wow.
That's what we've narrowed it down to. Yeah. So it's going to be one or the other. We don't know what. We know we want it. We've narrowed it down to the places that we want to do it. We either want to do it in Berlin, Reykjavik, Iceland, or Colorado, which is where we live now. We're still trying to figure out where, but we want it to either be Celtic, sorry, not Celtic, Scottish, or Klingon. We're still working on
I was
that.
gonna say it's Celtic, you might better that one that's not really Celtic.
No.
Two, you want to do a knot tying ceremony with that.
No, we don't want to do Celtic. That was my mistake. When I said Celtic, I was thinking kilts. Kilts. Yeah, we want Scottish. We want Scottish. We're either Scottish or Klingon. We're not sure. Still working that one out. But yeah, whatever it is, it's going to be fun. So, you know what? What time do you? Holy balls, there's a lot of time. I may get to let you guys go early because it kind of smeared these panels into two. I'm not done until 4:30, am I? Well, at this point, questions on anything? Questions, comments, anything?
Comments, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, you go first, since you had your hand up.
Just a simple little comment. I had X, who all he wanted to do was dedicate his time to his stupid YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like I would text him in 3 days, hey, where you at? You okay? Oh, sorry, I'm busy with my YouTube channel. It's just like, don't get too addicted like he did.
Well, to be very honest, the people who are making millions of dollars off of it right now are people who are obsessed with their YouTube channel.
But he could at least, like, I would go 3 or 4 days without hearing a nice high.
Well, at least a high, yeah.
I would go like 3 or 4 days without hearing from him.
Yeah, see, at least a hi would be nice. At least a hello. I acknowledge that you are there, and I'm
okay. I'm not passed out.
Yeah.
So, editing videos.
Yeah.
But
Editing videos, what?
No, just like editing videos.
Oh,
Just editing. I have a friend who he actually used to be on a YouTube channel, not a very big one, but he spent many hours editing videos.
yes, and well, that's one thing that people I don't think realize about these larger YouTube channels, like Markiplier, like Jacksepticeye, is that these guys work at the very least 12 hours a day. They're not slacking off. I mean, yeah, it's oh my God, these people get to make all this money just sitting there and playing video games. No, they work a good 12 hours a day at least. They have very little social life. They have very little free time. In fact, a lot of them barely get any sleep. So they're working a lot on this stuff, and including the editing, because once they get done with their videos, they have to edit them. And I mean, if you can imagine, because both of these guys release 2 videos a day, per day, every day, and they have to film them. Sometimes, and Jacksepticeye has mentioned this, sometimes he'll film for 2 hours to get a 15-minute video. And so that's 4 hours a day for 2 15-minute videos. Then he has to edit them. Then he has to post them. Then he has to interact with YouTube and with Twitter and his crowd. And he may get, he may get 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night before he has to wake back up and start it all over again. And he does this every day. And this guy, he does not take a day off. He's sick, he's injured, it doesn't matter. He does not take a day off ever. He's always there. And so it's not easy. You really do have to dedicate a lot of your life if you're going to be a serious YouTuber.
And then there's people, not sure if you've heard of Day 9. Mm-hmm. He does like a lot of hard stuff and stuff like
yeah.
that. But on top of having YouTube, he also does Twitch streaming, and on top of that, he also works for a game developing company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these guys are very, very, very busy people. They're extremely busy people, and yeah, it's something you really do have to dedicate yourself to. So.
I will say one thing with Jack, he does, like every once in a while, I've actually noticed he does his comment videos a lot more here the last couple of months.
He does.
He at least reads out some of the comments and answers them on the live feed that he may not have actually gotten to answer before.
I love it. Hello, my name is Jacksepticeye. Yeah, I love that.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, he really is. I'm gonna leave this video here, and thank you all for watching. And if you like the video, punch the like button in the face, and high fives all around. Yep, I love that guy. I freaking love that guy. He's awesome.
The very first thing I watched of his was, I think Happy Wheels. Happy Wheels are Grand Theft Auto.
Happy Wheels. Yep, he does.
Segway Steve.
Yep. You guys are a lot of fun to watch.
My plan for my YouTube channel, and especially after they finally get rid of the whole Google bullshit, I'm probably gonna hold off because I need to get on a good screen recording program. Is I'm going to do a drawing panel. Basically, I do speed drawings.
Yeah. Okay.
Record that and maybe put some royalty-free music to it.
Here's the thing: is that you have to be creative. You have to be creative. And you have to be original, because I wish I could remember the name of this. I think they're calling it a disorder. Not sure if it's a disorder, but there is a condition where there are some people out there that have this sort of synesthesia to where whispering and sounds of crinkling really makes a kind of a very good feeling in them. And it's almost like a feeling of elation. And so you have YouTube channels out there, and I'll look it up. I forgot, and I'll maybe tweet it later. But you have YouTube channels out there that are dedicated to people with this condition. And like, and it's all whispering, and it's all crinkling. It's little glassy type of clinking sound, because there are some people that have this condition where they hear that and they love that. And some of those are getting some major hits. So it's really all a matter of choosing your audience and what you want to do and who you want to make happy and going with that. It's not always about shouting and being all energetic, because sometimes that's not the audience you want. The first thing you have to do is you have to pick your audience. Which audience do you want to entertain? And then decide. Yeah, I'm already deciding. I'm going to make a show, amongst others. There's a lot of them. But there's one show that I'm going to make is a cooking show. And it's going to be me doing cooking. And all the recipes, I'm going to show how they're made. And we're going to take an egg. Here's the egg. Peel the egg. Now you just slice it. Slice it. Just like Mom used to slice you. Just like slice it. And I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna take hammers and pound the meat and freak the frick out and throw all this crap into a pan. And I'm going to make sure that every time that I make this recipe, you can actually follow the recipe exactly with all of my rage and actually make a good meal. And I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be a fun thing to do, you know?
Well, with my channel, I was going to actually, especially in the early days, I was going to have like, people can request and I'll draw for the next one. And if it gets popular enough, I'll do like raffles and stuff. And whoever gets the raffle can pick the next video of what I draw.
There's a lot of creativity. There's one channel, I can't remember the name of it. It's pronunciations or how to produce or how to pronounce, and they have probably tens of thousands of videos.
I think I just used some other videos to prove to my friend that coupon is pronounced coupon, not coupon.
Well, there'll be like, and they have all these words, like how to pronounce coupon. And it'll be a 9-second video.
Yep.
And it'll show the word on the screen, coupon, and then how to pronounce coupon. And then the guy will come up and he'll be like, coupon, over. How to pronounce, Sioux, as in Sioux Indians. How to pronounce Sioux Indians. The end. They have 100,000, at least tens of thousands of these videos, and each one of them have hundreds of thousands because they're hilarious. And they're only 9 seconds long, and they can make, a year's worth of these videos in one day.
Yep.
Brilliant idea. That's all you have to do is sit there and think of funny ways to pronounce something, put the word up on the screen, and then go, depending on what it is, ham, haim, and then done. 10 seconds. It's over. And these guys they're making a bundle. They're paying their kids' mortgage with this shit. And so all you really have to do is have a really good original idea. I'm thinking about, honestly, reading out the dictionary. No, seriously. I'm thinking about going to the dictionary, one word by word, and just reading every word in the dictionary, one video a piece, and putting it online. I've never seen anybody do that. I think people would actually look that up. I think it would get a lot of hits. You just gotta think outside the box a little bit, what's the best thing that's gonna get a lot of hits? I'm sorry, hang on. Okay, you and you gotta show me how to work this thing. I want to learn how to work this thing. I want to know your magic because I don't know if you saw it the other night. We were having the open mic night, and he just came out. He didn't even use the damn thing. He just came up and he stepped up on stage. And he walked right up to the mic stand. They started talking. He didn't knock anything over. He didn't trip over the stairs. And me and Kage, with both our functioning eyes, can't do that. We can't even not trip up the stairs. So you gotta show me how to use this. Okay, there's a ball on the end, so it scoops. Oh, balls.
Now we got balls.
Okay, okay, we have balls now. Okay, so what do we do?
Those are fun.
Okay, there's a thing. There's a cup. Okay, what do I do?
Okay, so the way it works is
Okay, I'm gonna stand over here.
whatever foot that you're stepping out with, you want to have your cane sort of catty-corner to it, so that way.
Oh!
It's like
Oh!
you're kicking the
Wait.
cane out of the way.
That
every time you
feels
step.
like carpet.
Oh my
That,
God! It
no,
does.
no, I mean like seriously, is that the ball that does that? Because that feels like carpet. I can feel
Yes,
that.
that's what the ball does.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay. So what do I do next?
Wave it back and forth until you're running.
See, as I'm walking forward, I'll walk, and then, oh shit, I hope that wasn't a
But
person or something.
no,
You
wait
can-
a minute.
so
You went towards that like you knew that was there.
this can be a bit of a prop, because, okay, there's limitations to my vision, but I can see enough to get around. So what ends up happening is I don't feel like that couple
Make it a little
times
bit
that couple times a day looking like the guy that ran into the road because he's on his phone. I don't have a phone, and I don't, so rather than do that, this is kind of like that excuse that, oh, if that happens, well, it's okay because I have this.
How is dude?
Should be an entire show right here.
No, you can like, oh my god, you can actually, wow! When did this technology happen?
Please really one of these for Christmas. You are just too entertained right now.
No, this is, you can literally feel the difference between carpet and solid floor. Wow! That is really awesome. I didn't even know.
So you're entertained by the walking stick?
No, I'm just, I've never held one before, so
What
I have no
are they
idea.
officially called? Don?
Cane.
Okay.
They're actually just called a cane, yes.
Okay.
I have
This
never,
right
that
here
is
could
crazy.
be a YouTube show.
No, seriously,
That's what I'm
okay,
trying
here.
to do.
Oops, I tripped over. Here, hold that, move it, like hold
You
it
can
tight
feel
with your
that.
hand.
What the hell?
Yeah!
What
Right?
the hell?
You can actually feel that it's carpet.
What the hell?
Isn't that cool? Oh my god, that is so freaking awesome. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna go for a walk now, alright? We're gonna go for a walk.
We're going crazy.
We're gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna,
Move your cane.
No, okay, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Two's going crazy.
I'm gonna close my eyes. No, you're gonna have to help me with this because I'm gonna close my eyes, alright? Direct me, okay?
All right, listen for me. Listen to me first, okay?
Okay.
Swing it from shoulder length to shoulder length. Now, why do you think your shoulders are?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Now.
Alright, I'm gonna close my eyes. You guys don't let me. Okay.
Okay.
Alright. We're gonna go through here. Oh, okay, there's okay. With that's over there. Cool. Okay. Good. Oh. Hang on.
Just stop.
Hang on.
You're touching something hard.
Nice.
Oh, let's go over here.
Who's used to that?
Plenty of space here, right? We're good. We're good. You're so laughing at me right now, aren't you? Because
You can't see it, so it's.
oh, that ain't good. Oh, that ain't good either. No. Oh. Okay. I swear, I don't know what I thought. This is freaking awesome. Okay.
You're not getting this back now.
What's
I kind
walk
of
up?
need
Oh.
you back for school.
I'm
so-
just gonna walk up on stage and like MFL.
Okay, no, it's okay. I will walk up on stage. I'm gonna
Is
go.
there any specific color of cane you want? You don't have to have those colors.
I got it. I don't care. I can't see him. Okay, so we're going up here. Going up. I'm gonna get back on stage. That is not a good. That is okay. That is the thing. Wait. Okay. Whoa. How many steps were there? I don't even. Oh, wait. There's a thing here. What is it? Okay.
Success.
I hit it.
So now, based on that, since you can see, why didn't you tell me that Alkali was in front of me last night? I don't know. For you guys who weren't here last night, what happened? Okay, I was in suit and I didn't feel like coming around the thing because there might be something there. I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. So I got up and I'm right here and Alkali's right here. Now, this he said.
Is there something you're not telling me here?
Oh crap. But when that happened, he said, "Did you see what just happened?" I said, "I felt what just happened," and I think that was something that did. Are you snickering at that?
No.
But like, you know.
I was just drinking some booze.
But yes.
So, what do you have to say about your experience?
My little experience. I will be honest. I saw a movie once a long time ago. It was a really cheap, really stupid movie. It was very badly directed. The actors were terrible. But it was a very good concept. It was about a sighted guy who was dating an unsighted lady. And he put literally tape over his eyes, and he went for a month without being able to see. I would love to do that. I would love to go for a month without using my eyes, because I think that would be an amazing experience. I think it would be a very enlightening experience, and I think that having seen all my life, I think everybody having seen all their life probably takes that for granted in a big way. And I would love to be able to appreciate it more than I do. I would love to be able to take that tape off my eyes after a month and go, holy crap, that was an experience. I've learned something I never could have experienced otherwise. And I actually would really like to do that. The problem is, I would seriously need the help. I don't know any unsighted people who live around me. I don't have any unsighted friends other than this guy, and he doesn't live anywhere near me. So
There's always Skype and Twitter.
yeah, but I can't walk around my house with Skype and Twitter in my ear, you know. So yeah. I would need somebody who's experienced this, helping me from not falling downstairs.
I can show you the technique.
I would want to learn how to cook a meal without seeing it. I would want to learn how to, operate, the daily devices in my life, how to get around, how to do this stuff. I would love to be able to do that. I would love to just go a month without seeing anything, and seeing what I learned and seeing how much I appreciate my sight after that, because I think that would be an amazing and enlightening experience. Yeah, and so yeah, this guy actually just helped me out with just a little bit. That's nothing. That just took me like 5 minutes, but that little bit was enlightening, because I could actually I didn't realize you could actually feel what's going on under your feet with this thing. You could feel, yeah, you could probably feel the difference between the sidewalk and the blacktop and that's really cool, man. So I didn't know that. I had no idea. So yeah, I'd love to do that. Woo! But wow, yeah. So we got about 4 minutes left. This kind of. We used up our YouTube material and kind of went into this. Sorry about that, but so any questions on any of the comic material, the YouTube material, or the blind stuff? The blind stuff I will direct to him. Yes.
One more question. Have you thought about doing any more horror games?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Gonna. There's a lot of horror games I have lined up that I want to do. Did you see the Outlast?
Yes. You need to play The Evil Within.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. I really think I do.
Because I was playing it and I'm like, this reminds me of Resident Evil meets Outlast.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I may need to do that. There's a lot of other games that are going to come out soon. I'm kind of sorry I missed the whole Five Nights at Freddy's craze, but that was a crazy, scary game. So, yeah. Anyway, I believe that I'm going to scoot. I'm going to start hanging around with everybody. What's up?
Have you thought about doing Killing Floor 1 and Killing Floor 2 back to back?
Killing Floor 1 and Killing Floor 2 by the way.
Other than that,
Killing Floor is fun. Zombies. Killing zombies is kind of awesome. May do that. There's a lot of possibilities. There's totally tons of possibilities. But either way, it's going to be on a different channel. I'm starting up. I've already registered the name. It's called Codger Gaming. I'm going to be the old codger. I'm just going to be an old codger who games. I'm the old codger. My name is Griffin. What's next? Let's do another game. I've actually got about 5 channels registered in my name right now that I plan to fill with different programming and shows. And you'll be able to see all of that and actually be able to get all of the latest news on what I'm about to do on the Beercast channel. Two's Beercast. That's going to be my vlog. It's going to be the one where I just have my hat and my glasses and I'm just not being to the Randy Griffin at all. I'm just being me. I'm going to tell everybody, what I'm going to do and just going to talk to people. It's going to be kind of like the Winecast, except somewhat like Radio Free Potato as well. So that's where you're going to be able to catch up with everything we're going to do. You have a little wolf in your pocket. You have a little wolf in your pocket. And borrow your cane.
Oh, this one.
It feels like a little wolf! It's a little wolf! Oh my God! How does it do that?
That's awesome.
Oh God.
Really? Do you do this ever?
We start
You should. You should.
We did a panel coincidentally here because I've seen on TV Corporate Line side but we did the panel. They had a few people show up who they seemed to really enjoy it. So yeah.
You guys, if you guys should apply to do for that panel in your places, including him. I really think that you would get a big audience, and I think you should do it more often.
You want MFF?
Yeah, MFF as well. Yes.
Okay, that's my next comment.
Yep, that's the one. For reality and MFF and CFC next year. That's the lineup for the moment. But
Just imagine Kage trying that.
I kind of want him to when he's had a couple, just to see how that goes. Be entertaining.
Could you come here for just a moment?
Yes.
I'm still your name.
Certainly. Do you need help?
Okay, so.
Oh wait, no, wait, this way. No, wait.
So yours is a 50-inch. So he would need about 52.
52 inches?
Oh man, that is long.
You
Goodness,
just use a
man.
Okay,
Yeah, that's,
I think you can do it. I think you can take it, but yeah.
Oh man.
But,
The grower, not a shower.
no, I've seen a lot of, I remember when you remember back when they had those 3D pictures that were just a bunch of patterns that you had to stare at, you had to look past. Some people, I was walking around a mall at one point, and there was a blind chick, and she had the cane, and she dropped some stuff. She had some things in her hand, and I guess I didn't see what happened. She maybe tripped or something and dropped some things. And all I saw was this group of people that were standing in a circle around her going, the poor thing. What do we do? How do we fix this? How do funny, sweetheart. What do we, oh my gosh, the poor thing. And they were standing around in a circle, and I'm standing back there, even as like, just like a 23-year-old going, she's gotta feel like shit right now. What the, and I went over and I pushed past people, and I picked up things, and I was like, here you go. And she said, thank you, and grabbed them and took off. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you motherfuckers? You know? So, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, nobody wants to be, yeah. And besides, this dude, he can hear things that we can't even hear.
Sometimes that's a blessing on your part. Trust me. I don't. Sometimes I'll be eating. I'll hear something over at the table. Oh, that was so good. I'm like, I don't need to hear that right now.
I don't need to smell that.
Yeah.
Like your show.
Yeah. Oh man. Although I think being blind is pretty awesome on a serious note, because I kind of feel like, in a way, I mean, I know it would cause a lot of drawbacks, but in a way, I think that the world would benefit if the majority was at least visually impaired, because you don't have, in the real world, there's no sense of race or of, there's no judgment on that part of appearance. It's like
you'll find a way. You will find a way to judge. I know you will.
Fairly
You would
raised in the obvious.
No.
But it definitely kind of takes down a barrier like that. I kind of feel like it takes down a barrier where you don't, there's no, they just kind of look off. I'm not gonna make it.
Well, it's just one of those things where people just, I don't know. What time is it?
4:30.
4:30?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I don't have the time in the room anymore, so
Yeah.
let's walk out there and talk. I want to talk more, let's go. Here, you guide me.
Oh, I guide you.
You guide me. I will close my eyes, you tell me where to go.